as well as requiring citing multiple types and multiple lengths. So we have to keep in mind that the 5-paragraph essay is gone. Okay, we all agree essays have a beginning, a middle, and an end. So determining the length of that particular essay, as I've always told all of my students, you're the writer. You determine how many paragraphs. You just know you must have a beginning, you gotta have an introduction, you must have a middle, you gotta have some body, and you gotta have an ending, which is your conclusion. How many body paragraphs are in the middle? You are the writer, you make that determination. Now granted, I also told students, I would not even write a 3-paragraph essay. So if you're going to write one, make sure you're really good, okay? But I tell them that so that way they understand that it's possible, but you're probably better off with more than 3 paragraphs, okay? Then someone asked the question, how do I reteach the idea that length is the primary focus? Well, that kind of answers that. Length isn't the primary focus, okay? It's not about how many paragraphs, unless you as the teacher are requiring X amount of words, X amount of pages, okay? I would never require to say to the student it must be a number of paragraphs, because what students will do, they'll give you that number of paragraphs, okay? Or like students, sometimes students will ask you, well, how many sentences do I need to have in my paragraph? 100 sounds good, you know, and that usually shocks them for a bit, and then you need to have enough in there to fully explain what you're trying to say. Okay, so if that takes you 8 sentences, then so be it. If you happen to be one of those savvy writers and you think you can do it in less than that, try it. We'll see. Because that's where the revision and the editing comes in, as we all know. Okay.
Right. Any more questions on shifts?
Well, I have a question on that last one. I understand the link as you want students to have ownership and demonstrate that they fully understand the composition of an essay. But are we still holding to the 3 points of discussion?
No. Because we are getting away from the formula. The formula that we were all taught was that you have a thesis statement, and in that thesis statement you have your 3 points, and each one of those points is a body paragraph. We have gone away from that, because when we look at professional writing, how many times have you seen an article written by any writer that has a thesis statement with 3 points in it? Okay, so we have to encourage our students to be a little bit more savvy. What I've always taught my students is that because in middle school, many of them have been taught the 5-paragraph essay, put your 3 points in. So for those first few writings, if that's what you can do, then that's what you do, and then we work on revising. Okay, because do we have to tell our reader right up front, my essay is going to cover this, this, and this? Because maybe I don't have 3 points. Maybe I only have 2 really good points that I really can write about. Okay, and I've always said to my students, I'd rather you give me 2 strong body paragraphs than 2 strong body paragraphs and 1 paragraph full of fluff. Because that fluff I'm not going to want to read. Okay, so your reader is not going to want to read that fluff. So you want to make sure that they're crafting their thesis statement, that it is open enough for them to address the ideas that they want to address, but is still focused enough so they don't go off and start writing all the way out in left field. Okay? Now granted, for testing purposes, that on-demand writing, they don't have time to write and rewrite. But in your classroom, when you go through that revision, and you start pointing things out that here you've got this body paragraph, and you covered 5 things in this body paragraph. Well, those 5 things could each easily be a paragraph of their own. Or maybe of those five things, only 2 of them are good points that you can elaborate on. Okay, so we are getting away from that formula. No longer is that formula.
Let me ask this question. We're kind of talking about writing. How many of us have started argument writing with our students this term? Okay, all right. And that's important because we know, especially subject area, how they're going to be assessed. Yes?
But in the document, the steps to an argumentative piece, they will claim 1, claim 2, and then your counterclaim. They're still showing us the formulated way to that essay. And so, of course, I'm teaching my students, it looks like a formula.
But you're talking about the C3D.
Yeah.
It's a guide. Use your professional judgment. Because when I opened up that AP book that also outlines, okay, it does not say X amount of paragraphs. It says your introduction, your background, your claim, your counterclaim, your conclusion. And we read enough informational text. If we look at letter from Birmingham Jail, and we look at the claims and counterclaims that Dr. King put in that letter, in one paragraph, he has claim, counterclaim, another paragraph, claim, counterclaim, another paragraph, claim, counterclaim. So just because it's outlined like that, it is a guide. What they're pretty much saying is that the writing needs to have, has to have a claim, it should have a counterclaim. How that student decides to put that together, they are the writer. So you're the guide. So maybe to start them off, you may say to them, to organize your essay so that way it is organized. You have a paragraph that deals with claims, and then you have a paragraph that deals with the counterclaims. And then maybe that next argumentative essay that you write, you allow them to say, okay, I want you to try something. Claim, counterclaim in a paragraph. Claim, counterclaim in a paragraph. Claim, counterclaim. And however many claims and counterclaims that they want with support. So that way students give several different opportunities on how to organize that essay. So when they sit for any kind of test, when they sit for you and have on-demand writing for you, they have some ideas of how to organize the essay.